What up, everyone? September Allah here, the Reverend of the Revolution. Welcome to your Daily Revolution. Today's topic, are you still sawing sawdust? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I heard this term 5 years ago, sawing sawdust. Now imagine this. Someone has a sharp saw. A saw is used to cut wood, to cut material, to build and to create things. And this term, sawing sawdust, it describes performing unproductive activities over and over and over again and creating what looks like this time management problem in the process. What do I mean by that? Look, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're a person up to something big, then you already know there's doing what's required and then there's sawing sawdust. You see, doing what's required is all about doing the necessary required work, chopping the wood, aka chop wood, baby, hitting those targets, getting after it, all these different phrases people say, right? Do the work so that you can produce a result. In the physical realm, it's about doing the work, meal prepping, eating the right foods, exercising, stretching, getting your massage, your physical therapy, whatever work you got to do, yoga, Pilates, weightlifting, CrossFit, running, swimming, biking, that's doing the work. In the spiritual realm, doing the work is praying, meditating, connecting, worshiping, studying Holy Writ, attending worship, right? Doing things that connect you with the divine, with deity. And the relational facet of the big four, doing the work is shooting the messages, watering the relationship, creating the date night with your wife or your husband or your kids. Doing the work in the relational realm is being patient and speaking patient and being present. That's doing the work, doing what's required to get what's desired. And in the financial realm, well, doing the work is about creating value because dollars follow value, and becoming a person of insane value so that you can create more value so that you can get more dollars. And for a producer, for leaders, for champions, money is just a tool that's utilized to help more people. Money is the result of value creation. It's not the end all be all, just a tool, just a thing. So that's doing the work. Well, are you still sawing sawdust? You see, people have these big dreams and goals. It's the New Year's coming up. At the time I'm shooting this, it's December 12th today. So you'll get this here sometime in the middle of December. And with New Year's coming up, people talk about, I want to set New Year's resolutions. And they talk about these goals and they put up dream boards and vision boards and they put things on social media and they write goals down and they're so excited. And then what do? They spend their time sawing sawdust. It's all the non-productive, busy, pretending to be productive activities. It's the hide behind activities. Well, I've got to sharpen my pencils, and I've got to go to Staples to buy more Post-it notes, and I've got to rearrange my desk, and I've got to find a better screensaver, and I've got to reorganize my email, and I've got to go straighten out, I've got to go wash my car, and I need to scroll Facebook. And look, sawing sawdust is the opposite of doing what's required. Sawing sawdust is hiding and pretending. Now, why would people saw sawdust? Why would you saw the sawdust? And I will tell you why right now. Number one, you are a liar. What is a liar? A liar is someone who says they want to lose weight, they says they want to run the miles, it says they want to have a greater relationship, it says that they want more money, and they talk about being sick and tired of not having the income or being stuck in their business and tied to their career. But you really don't. People saw sawdust because they're liars. Most human beings are liars. My goodness, I'm a liar still sometimes. As much as I declare to speak by the truth, sometimes it's just easier to lie. We lie to others. We lie to ourselves. We try to deceive others. We try to make it look harmless. Are you still lying? Lying, being dishonest, pretending, telling half-truths causes you to saw sawdust. Another reason why people saw sawdust is because They do not know what they really want. They think they want more money. They think they want a greater marriage, but they're unsure. So they go through the motions of being half productive, being busy, and in a world where, look, the chasm gets wider and wider, right? It gets deeper, this line of demarcation, the haves and the have-nots. It will never change. The haves will do what's required. The have-nots will saw the sawdust because they're not clear. Number 3, they don't believe. Some of you listening to this right now, your lives are amazing. Let's be real. You're blessed. You're blessed. You're blessed. You've got a home, a roof over your head. You've got a vehicle. You've got clothes. You've got money. You've got a refrigerator that it can keep your food cool and or freeze it. You can shop on Amazon Prime or Prime Now. You can go to the store and eat and get whatever you want. Like, life's pretty dang good. But the problem is, and this is a big problem, you're really not believing that you could have more. You don't believe it. Right? You just don't believe it. And because you don't believe it, you're like, well, what's the point? What's the point of doing more work if I know I'm not going to be able to get the result? And so you saw sawdust. You see, sawing sawdust doesn't work. It is a waste of time. The opposite of sawing sawdust is doing what's required, doing what's in front of you, doing the first thing that like you're supposed to do. And sawing sawdust, it's just you doing these hide behind activities. So think about this in your life today. Where are you still sawing sawdust? I'm going to pretend to do the work, and I'm going to be busy, and I'm going to check my email, and I'm going to do all this garbage that doesn't bring you results. Look, if you're going to be a powerful person, if you're going to produce results, if you're going to impact someone's life, if you're going to wake up every day and love life, and it doesn't mean life is easy, if you're going to wake up and do some hard things, and you're going to embrace the suck, and you're going to learn how to market, you're going to learn how to tell stories, and you're going to learn how to sell, and you're going to learn how to recruit, and to build, and to lead, and to train. You cannot saw sawdust. You must do the work. The work is what's required. And part of doing the work is not focusing on the results. So people who saw sawdust, they look at the results and they focus on the outcomes, and then they go and saw sawdust. See, people who actually produce results, they don't ever focus on the results. You know what they focus on? You know what we focus on? We focus on the necessary required actions. And see, if you have a system that has you do what's required every single day, we call them high value targets and necessary required actions. A high value target is this term that I took from Mark Devine, Navy SEALs. It's incredible. You go on a mission as a Navy SEAL. I'm not a Navy SEAL, and I've never been a Navy SEAL. And I have the most mad respect for these men because they train like mofos. Man, they're powerful. And they go on a mission, and they have these thing called HVTs, high value targets. And these high value targets is the most important thing. See, powerful producers, they do high value targets. They hit them. They knock things out the way. They get work done. They do what's required. They do what's necessary. They don't saw sawdust. Why? Because you cannot afford to saw sawdust, because you want the thing that you want. So therefore you build into your system the daily actions that matter. Your system is, I'm going to build a habit of doing what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to build a habit of doing what's required. I'm going to build a habit. I'm going to form the habit that I wake up and I only do what matters most. I only do the things that bring me the results and the dreams and the desires of my heart. And if you form the habits, your habits will form you. If you build the habits, these championship habits of high value targets and actions that matter and necessary required actions, guess what? If that's your habit, if that's your habitual way of living and being and seeing in the world, your habits will bring to you the results that you want. But Satima, I'm doing what's required, but I'm not seeing a result. Guess what? Do you eat the fruit the day that you plant the seed? Do you get a six-pack the day that you do some crunches and eat broccoli and chicken? Does your marriage just transform when you go apologize and clean things up with your spouse because you haven't been present or you've been doing things that aren't in alignment with having a 5-star marriage? Do your kids automatically trust you when you finally keep your word one time out of 1,000? No. See, there's this law called the law of the lag. Lag, L-A-G. There's a lag. I plant a seed today, there is a lag, right? There's this thing that's going to happen like down the road. So if I plant a seed right now, if I plant the seed in my life, what's going to end up happening is that seed's going to need some time to be nourished and to grow and to become. And then, sometime later it happens. I love the story from Les Brown. I heard this from Les Brown. It's a story that gets told often. The story of the Chinese bamboo. The Chinese bamboo, you plant the seeds, and year 1, you see nothing. Year 2, you see nothing. Year 3, you see nothing. Year 4, you see nothing. Year 5, you see nothing. 5 years. Are you kidding me? That's why to be a powerful person, you've got to have this attribute called patience. 5 years, nothing happens. Then I think it's like 4 months. Man, I'm going off my memory here, but it's like 4 months, nothing happens. And then in a span of about, I think, 6 to 8 weeks, the Chinese bamboo shoots like 80 feet tall. It's not that nothing was happening, but it was everything that was invisible that allowed us to see what's visible. It's the same thing in your life today. If you're sawing sawdust, right, pretending to be busy, pretending to do the work, pretending that you're being productive, you're really digging yourself a grave, because all that you're going to have is this disappointment. Stop sawing sawdust today. Identify a place in your life right now where you're sawing sawdust, pretending to do the work, being busy, talking about things you're never, ever, 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 ever going to do. And you know it. Losing weight, running the Ironman, doing the marathon, writing the book, doing a podcast, man, all that. People, I hear it so much, and you can tell there's a little bit of passion today. Why? Because some of the people out there, they're kidding themselves. They're lying. Don't be the sawdust person. Don't be a sawing the sawdust kind of guy. We got to come up with a good name. Don't be a sawduster. Don't do that. Don't be that. Waste the time, waste the energy, waste your life, and then you're going to go stand before God, and he's going to say, whoa, here's your saw. You just go and saw the sawdust. Look, go do what's required. Go do the work. Build into your life a habitual way of being and a habitual way of seeing and a habitual way of knocking out targets, high-value targets, actions that matter, necessary required actions. Do the work. If you do the work, you get the results. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer because of the law of the lag. But inevitably, if you plant apple seeds, you're going to get apples if you nourish it. Right? God will not be mocked. The universe will not be mocked. You cannot hide. So do the work. Stop throwing sawdust. Get to work. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Have an amazing day, my friends. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.